don't want to shoot you.
Mind if I shoot you?
Henry, has this ever happened to you before? Your own government trying to kill you?
Nah, that's new.
Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey Howard, here to review The Gemini Man, starring Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Benedict Wong, and directed by Ang Lee. Setting up the film, Will Smith is a world-class assassin who, after his 72nd kill, he decides to retire. But he's found out he's being tracked by a younger, faster assassin, which turns out to be a clone of himself. I'm not giving any spoilers away because you see that in the commercial and in the trailer. Directed by Ang Lee, who's given us some incredible films from A Mission Impossible, Life of Pi. So the man is such an incredible director, and that is one of the big reasons I wanted to see this film. Not only that, I have a lot of respect for Will Smith. I am one of the only critics in the country that praised After Earth. I love that film. I know it got trashed, and I know all the negative reviews it got, but I loved After Earth. So I think Will Smith gets a raw deal most of the time in the last, 4 or 5 pictures that he's done. But Gemini Man is really unique because not only is he playing himself in his 50-something-year age, he's playing his 20-something-year-old self. And if you're watching all of the interviews that he's doing all the circuits on all the talk shows and everything, he's talking about how Ang Lee had to watch all of his younger performances and Prince of Bel-Air, and he had to learn how to act less because he's such a seasoned actor now. He had to go back to his early days where he was, just had that raw talent. And so watching this film, it's kind of a basic generic story, but it's all about the action too. I think the action is so incredible. Ang Lee really sets up some great stunts. These motorcycle chases and watching these motorcycle chases, you're like, wow, it reminds me of a James Bond film because he travels all over the world while he's being pursued by his younger self. And the movie also asks all these ethical questions. Remember Dolly the sheep that was cloned, 20-something years ago in Scotland? Well, it talks about that too, because this younger clone version of Will Smith's character is something that they wanted to keep. They wanted to keep going in terms of the super army. Does that make sense? Very sci-fi, right? So they're cloning their best assassin because either he's retiring, and there's also a complicated backstory, but they want to make more of him. So there's all kinds of ethical questions. Should you clone somebody and all of that? And also, should you de-age them? Because we saw that with Benjamin Button started the whole thing with Brad Pitt, and then also we're coming up The Irishman from Scorsese. He de-ages De Niro and Pesci, but this is the first one out of the gate. This movie costs like $140 million, and every time you see a scene of the younger Will Smith, they said it costs like $100,000 a minute, something ridiculous like that. And he's in it a lot. So there's not only is this groundbreaking in terms of special effects, but there's also criticism about, wait a minute, should you give actors all of these, should you make them look younger and give them extended lives on the big screen? So all kinds of complicated things that are going on in the movie and outside the film. Overall, I loved Will Smith in this. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is fantastic, and Benedict Wong is a great little sidekick that comes through here. Great action. You just see all these, just the way they handle these weapons and some of that classic slow motion. And if you know Ang Lee, he puts like doves in all his movies. There's a scene where they go through a town square on the motorcycle chase where all the birds fly away. That's the only thing I noticed in the film. So if Ang Lee, if you're watching, probably not, I think that's your salute to your birds that you have in all your movies. Gemini Man, don't listen to the bad reviews. If you love Will Smith like I do, if you love Ang Lee and you love great sci-fi action, Gemini Man is a real winner. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. What did you think of Gemini Man? I'm Jeffrey Howard in Las Vegas. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.